Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis me once again. Welcome back to another video game review. This time it is going to be on Mario Kart World, the first game to be released for Nintendo Switch 2. And yeah, let's get into it. I don't really need to get into what the game is about. It's freaking Mario Kart because we all know what the concept behind Mario Kart is. It's a racing game. Of course, it's been that way ever since the SNES days of Mario Kart, all the way up to N64, to Game Boy Advance, to Wii, to Nintendo DS, yeah, basically there's a Mario Kart game for every single console, except the NES because it wasn't a thing yet. Of course, you go up against different Mario characters, and throughout the game, you pretty much do just that. That's all I really gotta explain to you guys about what the plot is, because there's no plot. There's no story. It's all about racing. What, did you think that there would be like a major story behind Mario Kart? Though this is the first time I'm reviewing a Mario Kart game, and we haven't gotten a Mario Kart game, a new one, since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in 2017, which was a port of course, Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. So technically it's been 11 years since a brand new actual Mario Kart game that isn't a port. And throughout the past 8 years, we had just been playing this with the updates it's been giving Nintendo Switch players, specifically Nintendo Switch Online players, and they've just been adding in more tracks and more, well, that's basically all they've really been doing, as well as, you know, additional features. So Mario Kart World had some major shoes to fill, like really big shoes to fill, especially since, of course, it's $80. $80 for Mario Kart. We were happy to know that there was a brand new Mario Kart game coming out until the price dropped. 80. This game sucks. Worst game ever. Enough said. It's worse than Ride to Hell. I thought that was the worst game ever, but nope. It's that because it costs $80. Enough said. I'm done with this review. Okay, but in all seriousness, I had loads of fun playing this. I didn't play online with friends because I'm usually a one-man show when it comes to playing video games, though I did get another friend with me to finish Split Fiction, which was very helpful. But I usually prefer playing games by myself. That way I won't have to get into any major arguments, because Mario Kart is one of those games that is definitely going to ruin friendships for many to come, and it has been throughout the years, so that's why I usually play alone. And I had a lot of fun with it. I have had loads of fun with this game, and it's actually kind of encouraged me to go back to some of the other Mario Kart games that came way before this one. Now, with all that being said, is it truly worth $80? Should you spend every single penny of $80 that goes towards this game? Is it truly worth that much? Not really. $80 is still asking for a lot. Now, that's not to say I think the game is bad. Like I said before, I do think it's worth playing, but it's hard for me to say that it's worth the $80 because I do want others playing this game, but there are just times where, because the game doesn't have nearly as much content, at least not yet anyways, with free updates, it's definitely going to be coming down the line when we do get to that point, but as it stands right now for $80, it still begs the question, why? Now, of course, the biggest addition to this game is its new open world feature, Free Roam. You can explore various different worlds throughout the map of Mario Kart World. You can explore the entire Mario Kart World map. You can just leave the tracks and explore various different areas. I thought this would be something like Forza Horizon, where you can explore various different areas while also being engaged with a storyline that didn't really have much of a big thing going for it, but it was still great to do, you know, to encourage you to explore the open world. But it's not really anything like that. There still is no story mode to this. Free roam is just like, I don't know, it's kind of like when you're in the hub world, pretty much. That's kind of what it feels like. Now, you can do things in the free roam, specifically when it comes to completing specific missions, like trying to get the coins within a certain amount of time, or flying to a certain area within a certain amount of time, or playing a race in a certain amount of time. It shows that there is still stuff to do in this free roam world, even though it really doesn't feel like it really adds a whole lot. In that same way that I was kind of expecting. Something on the lines of like when Diddy Kong Racing had a story mode. I thought it was going to be something on the same lines as that. But it really doesn't add in a whole lot of purpose to it. You can also hit these panels. I'm not entirely sure what they do exactly. Like, I completed specific areas throughout the world that told you to get like all the panels, but I didn't really understood what they did all that much. And when it comes to completion, it does not tell you if you're fully complete in different locations, which I feel like is going to get very confusing, which is probably going to encourage people to want to look up a walkthrough, and that's really going to be irritating. You really got to know if you got every single thing in the free roam world. Now, as for the actual racing itself, it's still a lot of fun. You can grind on rails. There are new power-ups. You get like these Yoshi food sacks that give you like a extra boost when going through the racing tracks. And apparently it also unlocks costumes for some of the characters. However, when it comes to the character roster, you know how Mario Kart 8 had Inklings, Animal Crossing, and Link? Well, they're not in this game, and they have stated that they don't have plans on putting them on Mario Kart World. Yeah, not really a good sign when this is supposed to be the ultimate Mario Kart game. Again, $80. $80. Well, technically $50 if you get the Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart bundle, but I'm always going to be a physical gamer, so that's why. Now, of course, how does this game run? This is a next-gen console for Nintendo, and their consoles haven't been very powerful. But hey, this still ran on regular Switch very well. I'm not sure how it worked well with multiplayer. The only time I really played multiplayer was with my friend Matthew Bailey. But we just played together. We didn't really play with anyone else. But still, it runs absolutely smoothly. It's still just as colorful as any other Mario Kart game. And it has a lot of great tunes, especially when you're roaming the world. I just kind of wish there was a soundtrack feature like in the menus where you can like pick out a different soundtrack that way you can always add it, except for having to wait for that specific song to play. It just kind of got like, yeah, you might as well just look it up on YouTube as long as you can find a YouTube video that has the song without it having to deal with copyright or because we all know how Nintendo is when it comes to piracy and all that. I know, nitpicking quite a bit, but I'm just going to ignore the negatives for a little bit and just talk about the positive side. It is loads of fun. It still has that same sense that you would always get playing with your friends or playing alone, like myself. These tracks, these new ones, as well as familiar ones, specifically with Rainbow Road, which I don't really play Rainbow Road all that much, but it was so engaging during the last track of the Grand Prix. It was so epic. There's also a new mode, which is kind of like a battle royale mode, which I thought was pretty fun. It's one mode where you have to like make sure you stay in first place the entire time. Like you can be a low rank when racing, just make sure you be that specific rank or higher. It was a lot of fun trying to do. I tried doing that for every single track. So yeah, it still has that racing goodness that we all come to love. Even if the character roster isn't as big, at least not yet anyways, I really hope Nintendo decides to reconsider adding in, those additions of non-Mario characters in Mario Kart World, especially since $80. Yeah. But still, there's a lot of potential of making this the biggest Mario Kart game yet, especially with the addition of adding in more tracks. Now, when it comes to playing online, there was a new update that Nintendo had for this game that really upset a lot of players. I didn't look fully into it, but it kind of just turned people away from that. But hey, I'm not really complaining all that much just due to the fact that I don't really complain online, but that doesn't excuse the fact that for other players who do enjoy playing online, I definitely do kind of feel bad for them. But hey, the game has been out for almost a month now, and the chances are that, if Nintendo does decide, as long as Nintendo decides to add in updates for free, as long as you just have to pay and you don't have to pay anymore, then I feel like that's a little bit more fair if they do decide to add in more free content to this. I feel like it would kind of excuse it a little bit more, but then again, this isn't the only Nintendo Switch 2 game that's gonna be plagued with adding in that extra 10, 20 bucks. So, but still, nonetheless, I've been having a lot of fun with Mario Kart World. Do I think you need to run out and get a Nintendo Switch 2 right now just to play this? Probably not. I definitely feel like, while I'm definitely enjoying the Nintendo Switch 2 right now, I feel like it still might be best just to wait for more new upcoming games in order to fully get it, because we have this right now, as well as a bunch of ports for other games, but still, nonetheless, I've been having a lot of fun with Mario Kart World, and I do think it is a damn good game that's still worth playing, even if you still have to pay that extra 10 bucks. I would say maybe wait for a price drop, but Nintendo never lowers their prices for some reason. I mean, sure, they do have the occasional sale on eShop, but still not really saying a whole lot. But still, nonetheless, it still has that fun kart racing gameplay that we all know and love, with some new features to add in, like again, the railing and the new additions of new power-ups and new courses, and hopefully with more new courses, it will become just as big as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe managed to get bigger when it came to those updates. They might have been exclusive to Nintendo Switch Online players, but hey, it was still a lot of fun regardless. So yeah, this definitely isn't something that I would recommend racing out for this minute. But when it gets to that point, I definitely do think it's worth playing. But still, it doesn't need to be 80 bucks. It still has potential of being the best Mario Kart game, but as it stands right now, because it's 80 bucks, and at the stage it's at right now, I'm repeating myself at this point. I'm just saying, it's just frustrating for me to say, go out and buy this right now, because I really wanted to love it more than I did. But this is the rating that I have for it right now. Maybe later down the line, if they do decide to add in those updates, then it would probably be boosted up a little bit more. But as it stands right now, I feel like it does have some gripes, but not enough for me to want to turn the game off and not want to play it again. Because if I'm in the mood for some more Mario Kart, I would definitely either play this or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But like I said before, I want to go back and play those older ones. I know they don't hold up nearly as much as, the games that come out nowadays, but I'm still eager to play them after playing this. With all that being said, I am currently playing Death Stranding 2. I am pretty far into the game, and I am definitely going to review this for you guys, just like I did with the first game. Though this actually isn't the game that I'm going to be talking about next. Nope. The next game I'm actually going to be talking about next is going to be Deltarune. I have so much to say about that game. I cannot wait to talk about it for you guys. Despite the fact that it's only half the story, I just want to talk about it right now. And spoiler alert, most of what I'm going to say is going to be very positive, so look forward to that. Cannot wait to talk about it with you guys. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, as always, make sure to like and maybe subscribe for more. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or maybe Blue Sky. Give me a follow if you can. Links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys later. Word out.